Hey there everyone, Ragged Prince here with my second video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a few exceptional games from the FNCS solo heats. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at two of Reet's games from NA West Heat 2, where he got a ridiculous 11 kills before dying in 25th place, and another 10 kill third place. We're also going to be taking a look at PGOD, who got a 10 kill second place on East Heat 2, and then we're going to wrap up the video with Rezon, who got a back-to-back 10 and 7 kill wins and placed first in his heat on EU. In each of these games, we're going to pay special attention to their fight mechanics and when and why they do and don't take their fights, so we can try to figure out what sets these players apart from the average or even the above average competitive player. I think for all of the people that are still denouncing the aim assist on controller even after it got nerfed, Reet is a prime example of someone who, while he does still have that, controller player just jump in the box mentality, he's really not abusing aim assist. Every single one of those kills that he got in that last game was with the tac. And that's why he upgrades the tac to purple. If he doesn't get that purple tac right off the rip out of all of the chests that he opens, he just upgrades to it. Because the higher rarity tac that he has, the more viable his strategy becomes of just jumping into a box and shooting the wall with the tac. So once he drops down on this guy and gets this kill, gets the kill from that. This guy only had a blue tac. He should have healed up. I mean, I think he used these slurp fish. I can't tell because the gameplay lags here, because replay lag. Yeah, it looks like he uses the slurp fish. Still has 4 floppers. He gets scuffed on this launch pad here, or crash pad there, because of the metal wall. Still able to flopper and storm here. He has 4 crash pads at this point. Gets in. Still a ridiculous amount of mats. This I feel was right where he started making the mistakes. He still had 3 crash pads and he wasn't in zone yet, and he continues to try to W key. He shouldn't have been taking those shots on the back of zone there, because he's really not in a good position in this zone here. He still has 3 crash pads, he still has a flopper, full health, and almost full mats except for brick. He could have crash padded in. He could have stayed in this game for a lot longer. Probably racked up a couple more kills from the 10 he already had. See, he gets in, and then he doesn't build a box. He doesn't try to protect himself. He's just jumping into another box and another box. He's on height here. I don't know. I don't know what the thought was here. It's not like he was down points and he needed a W key. It wasn't like he was in a scuffed position and he needed a W key. He didn't need the W key. He was on height. He had everything to last him the rest of the game. And yet he jumps in this guy's box here. Gets the kill from it, of course, because this guy only had a great tag. But it was just, it was completely unnecessary. I don't know if he just got caught up in the moment. I don't know what it was. But see, he uses another crash pad to try to get into another box. He uses another one of his crash pads to try to get above him, to try to break that ramp. But it doesn't shoot him up, it just shoots him down. Puts him in a more scuffed position. And he dies here on the back of Storm with 1,000 materials. Almost 1,000 mats. He should have just been rotating. That's unfortunate. Still had 67 builds at the ending of 7th. Someone takes his wall there because he had to heal. But yeah, there was, even though he was going on an absolute tear, he wasn't able to rack up any more placement points other than top 25, which really isn't that much with the FNCS format. he didn't get that many placement points. He got 11 kills, but he didn't get that many placement points. This is where he gets that kill in the air. This is so just, oh god. Right there, right in the air. That's... When I was watching that live, I just went nuts when that happened. A lot of PGOD's kills, as opposed to Reet's, are very opportunistic. He's not necessarily jumping in people's boxes, he's kind of just letting the kills happen naturally, come to him. Another good one there while that guy was healing, keeps rotating. He's always staying ahead of zone, whereas Reet was just on the far back there. Going up there, good layer change. He knew he needed to go up. As with PGOD, who actually landed Holly Hedges as well, and got it uncontested. Well, it doesn't look like... Yep, no Rezon gets Holly Hedges uncontested, just like PGOD. Looking for some Storm Surge tags off the bat. But just like with PGOD, all of Rezon's kills are in the end game. He has one build left right here. Just crash pads in, gets the kill. Good finish up there. See, when crash padding in like that, he probably would have wanted the tack like how Reet had it, because he missed that first charge shot and he was reliant on the AR there. So for W King, if you're going to continually crash pad into people's boxes, the tack probably is the better option, unless you're hitting every single charge shot. There's a saying from Warren Buffett about investing, but I think it actually applies here really nicely when talking about off-spawn fights. It says that it's better to not fight a dragon at all, or not encounter a dragon at all, than it is to fight a dragon and win. You'd rather not even be contested off-spawn than win your fight off-spawn, because even if you are contested off-spawn and you win that fight, you're probably going to be worse off because of it. And then just like that game with Reet, he found that it was really worth it to upgrade his tack to a purple tack. I would say that there probably isn't a point in taking a tack unless it's a purple or gold tack, because of the wall busting power that really just brings the tack to the next level. It's not the damage from the tack itself, because that doesn't make a huge difference. It's the fact that it can break up a fully built wood wall in 2 shots. Let's see what he's doing here. He's looking for this fight. Nice wall there. I love getting these early walls and then making that bottom 4 edit. Did he get that wall there too? No, he didn't. But again, with the tack, he's just going to run right through it. Gets the 2 walls behind. Good piece control there. Gets the 2 walls behind, but again, that guy crash pads away. It out now. See, the 2-shot tack to break that whole thing out instead of shooting that bottom floor. So he gets these 2 tags here. But then once he crash pads over, he shoots out one of the floors with the AUG, and then this second floor here, instead of shooting out this bottom floor, or instead of the bottom wall, he actually shoots out that floor with the tack. 2 shots it there with the purple tack again, and then he's able to drop him down. Unfortunately, crash pads away again. Rezon's using a lot of crash pads for this fight. He knows that he's already invested a lot into this fight, so he's trying to clean this up if he can to try to get a return on his investment of materials. Another crash pad that he used. I think he's really overcommitting to this at this point. He's already 4 crash pads into this. And he's unable to secure it. Not sure why he hasn't, why he didn't put a cone on top of that box there. This guy's already used quite a few crash pads as well. And he actually gets cleaned up by another third party, which is unfortunate for Rezon, because he was pretty low. And then the third party looks like he just completely leaves. But Rezon does get the refresh from that, which is what he needed ultimately. It wasn't the kill, he did need the refresh though. In this case, at least, there actually is a lot of similarities between investing in Fortnite. Like, if Rezon in that fight did not get that kill, he would have been scuffed for the rest of the game. Or if he didn't get the refresh from that. He didn't get the kill, but he got the materials and he got what he wanted from that fight. He probably would have been pretty scuffed for the rest of that game, because he invested so much into that fight and didn't get anything out of it. A lot of people tunnel vision on kills, and they end up spending more materials and spending more ammo and spending more of their time than that kill is actually worth. They don't really get too much in return, because at the same time that you're spending materials to try to kill someone, that person is spending materials to try to get away from you. They're spending heals when you tag them, and you're spending heals if they tag you. And so oftentimes, the longer a fight runs on, the less worth it actually is for that kill. Which is why this tack, this purple tack, is so beneficial, because you're able to get into the box so easily and clean up the fight quickly. Yeah, it does glitch out at the exact point that he shoots, but he gets that pre-fight damage there, which almost guarantees that his investment is going to pay off. Yeah, jumped right in the box. And again, over the gold charged shotgun, he values that tack a little bit more. And I think for this playstyle that he's trying to play, that's completely worth it. You can't do the same things. The charge has a lot more defensive capabilities, but the tack has way more aggressive capabilities. So that's something that you should keep in mind when you're choosing your loadout. Generally, that more aggressive loadout is going to be the AUG and the tack, or if you wanted to be even more aggressive, a spray weapon like just a normal AR and a tack. But the AUG, or the tack, kind of compensates for the AUG, because once you're in that box, you're not going to be spraying with the AUG, you're going to be spraying with the tack. Whereas if you're running a charged shotgun, you want that AR to follow up if you miss your first charge shot, or if you don't finish up with the first charge shot. So the more defensive loadout would probably be the charged shotgun and a normal AR, whereas the more aggressive loadout would probably be a burst and a tack. Preferably a purple or better tack. You probably wouldn't want to do the same kind of things that that Rezon here is doing and that Reet was doing earlier if you didn't have a purple tack. So, see, this guy places the pad. He gets the pad that he's looking for, but then he lets 3 people go before he actually goes and takes the pad himself. All of these people in the area. Because none of these people are going to break the pad, because they want to use it as well. And so that keeps him from getting focused by those other people that are taking the pad at the same time as him. Alright, that's a wrap. I know I didn't go too in-depth on Rezon's endgame, but I know that Rezon actually made a video covering Rezon's 10-kill win, and he goes really in-depth on a lot of Rezon's endgame mechanics, and I didn't want to cover the exact same stuff that he covered. I also watched his video myself, so I didn't want to have any bias when creating my video, so I highly recommend checking out that video and the rest of his content. He makes some amazing content, and I'll make sure to link his video down below in the description. I'm constantly trying to grow and improve, and this video is my attempt at helping others to develop themselves too. So if you enjoyed this video, or you learned something, then a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to be moving into a new place in a few days, so the content might be a bit slow for a while once I'm moving in. But once I get there, I'll have better internet, so I'll be able to stream, and I have some other things in the works. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure to sub to stay tuned. I'm also still learning how to edit my videos and how to post on YouTube and everything, so any criticisms or tips down below in the comments would be appreciated even more than a like or a sub. I care about the interaction and the learning, so make sure to leave your comments down below and I'll always respond to them. Anyways, if you've gotten this far, then thank you so much for watching and keep on improving.